Well, things have been going along here pretty smooth, but you folks are in for kind of a shock if you haven't seen this feller before. He's been around here for over 45 years, and we still haven't got used to him. For the past 20 years or so, his youngest son's been coming along with him, and it didn't help matters a bit in the world. Instead of having one of them, we got two of them. But I'll tell you, they sure like to come out here and entertain folks, and you're going to enjoy them. Old Joe Clark and his son Terry, let's give them a big welcome, would you?
Mercy. Thank you, Jim, for the kind words. I'll say something for you someday. We got some of the prettiest women that I ever seen in my life here tonight, or else it's hit me solid tonight anyhow.
You like the pretty women, don't you?
Oh, honey, if there's anything in this world that I love any better than a woman, it's a bunch of them.
That takes you back to your days when you used to spark.
Oh, Lordy, I was a sparker, honey. Back in my days, I was a sparkingest sparker that ever sparked a spark.
Yeah, but Pap, you're getting too old for the girls.
No, you never get too old for nothing. You just slow down a little. I can still do everything I used to. It just takes 2 trips now.
Some playboy you was.
Folks, we can stay out here all night. We got some good ones that coming on here. Thanks for coming to see us. Got an old-time tune. We're going to jerk the Lord out of it tonight. Render that job entitled Lonesome Road Blues, going down the road of feeling tough. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way. That's it. I'm going if I never come back. I'm going if I never come back. I'm going if I never come back, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way.
Lord, it beats me on cornbread and beans. Yeah, it beats me on cornbread and beans. Well, it beats me on cornbread and beans, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad. I'm going down this road feeling bad, Lord, Lord. Ain't gonna be treated this way.
Brother Old Joe Clark, and he's from Renfro Valley, Kentucky. In fact, we're sitting up here in Renfro Valley right now.
Here in the middle pits. Here in the middle pits where they had a cornfield before John got here and run them off and built a barn.
Now, you're talking about Brother John Lair.
John Lair.
Mm-hmm. What year did he build the Renfro Valley Barndance?
The Barndance started here 1939, I believe it is on the building out there. But see, they come in here from Cincinnati, Dayton, and they started up at WLS in Chicago.
Right.
Well, when they come here, I come to see about them in 1942.
42.
And I was cannon fodder, and the old man John let me go back to service and then come back and see him. And I come back, he thought this for a little while. Well, everybody's looking well but me.
I'll go along with that.
Yeah, you go along with anything, honey. You're like your mother. You'd follow her wagon off.
Speaking about my mother, I've got some great news to tell you, pal.
Has she left?
No, she ain't left, but guess who's come home? Her brother. Your favorite brother-in-law, my Uncle Buck, he has come home to retire.
He never worked to start with. What you gonna quit for?
Well, now, you know, years ago, he moved way out west and started his own business and vowed to come back home.
Moonshining.
And he's come back.
Well, that's what I was afraid of. They all come in once in a while. They're like a one-eyed cat. They'll come in. What's he doing nowadays?
Well, he's bought him a little place down the road from us, and he set up housekeeping.
On himself?
Yeah, and got married. He's got married. Found him a woman out there.
She was blind, I reckon.
Had to go a long way off to find her, but he brought one home.
Well, it's a wonder he had to go that short a distance to get one, ain't it? Could have went all over the world.
But he's
Sorriest human being that ever drawed the breath of life. And he's been married for a while, has he?
Been married 2 years.
Well, 2 years.
2 years.
That's longer than he's been at anything yet that I know of.
Come home, bought him a little house.
Well, good. Has he got anything running around the house now?
Well, he's got a little picket fence that runs all the way around it. Pretty little old whitewash.
I'm not talking about no fence. Has he got any little biscuit snatchers running around his house?
Youngins, yeah, he's got 5.
Yeah.
5 little youngins.
We've hit a stump somewhere. Let's start out all over new again. You said that the old boy had got married.
Got married. Pretty little woman. Pretty little woman.
Been married
2 years.
2 years. Watch it. How many youngins has he got?
He's got 5.
We've hit the same stump.
2 years and 5 youngins. You don't understand.
No, sir, and I don't think anybody out there does either.
Well, now let me explain this. When he first got married, he moved to Twin City, Iowa.
Twin City?
Twin City, Iowa, and he had 2 little twin girls.
Well, that's all right, ain't it?
Had them the first year.
First year. Long ways to slide the second year, son.
Then he got transferred. He got transferred and moved to Three Rivers, Michigan. And there he had triplets, 3 little boys. So you see, 3 and 2's 5.
Lord have mercy. What if he'd have moved to the Thousand Islands? We never would put anything on that stage, and I never would, that I wouldn't want my little daughter or my wife or my mama and sisters to see.
Right, right.
So that's the way the whole thing is. Mercy, what pretty women out there tonight. I don't know whether it's my age or whether they just didn't have that many back years ago to look at.
I think it's your age.
Well, I've got that too. Boys, it looks like looking over a beautiful bunch of chickens, don't it?
A bunch of chickens?
Yeah, look at them pretty hens. And some of the beat-uppest old roosters that I have ever seen. But it's been such hot weather, that's what's bothering these boys. Yep, it's been so hot down here, we're having to feed our chickens cracked ice. The hens is laying soft-boiled eggs. But I'll tell you what, Terry, we're glad to have all these folks with us.
It's good to see such a nice crowd here
indeed.
on Saturday night.
Yeah, I wish they'd have been here last week when I went a-fishing. It was good then.
You went fishing last week?
Yeah, last week I went fishing.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah, but I got rid of it before I got home.
That ain't what I'm talking about. Did you catch any keepers?
No, I caught some of them creepers. I never in my life seen as many chiggers that was on one thigh as I had.
Chiggers?
Chiggers. I never in my... Can't they get on you in some of the funniest places on earth? I've got one right now dug in. The Lord knows he needs to be dug and scratched on. If I had me a cob and it dipped in turpentine, I'd set his fields on fire. But a feller has to be awful careful what he does if cob's dipped in turpentine. I would be running down the road singing Johnny Cash's theme song, Ring of Fire. But I was a-fishing up there. I hear a baby crying. That's it, honey, give it to its mammy. She's got what it wants anyhow. That's the pitifulest looking bunch we've got tonight that I have ever seen. It's too far along in the month, you ain't got your cheese yet, have you? Quit!
What are you going to play tonight?
I'm going to pick a little tune here entitled Pick It, It'll Never Get Well Anyhow. Let's pick a beautiful song.
A beautiful song.
Yes, sir, he had Salty Dog. Down the wildwood, sitting on the log, the finger on sugar on the hog.
Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be a little man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
Hello, Sal, I know you the wrong dust around the front you.
Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be a little man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Two old maids laying in the bed, one turned over another and said, honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be a little man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog. Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be a little man at all. Honey, let me be your salty dog.
There was 4 starved-to-death hillbillies. 2 of them was older than me and Don.
Mm-hmm.
I bought my banjo in Elizabeth, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like to have never got it paid for. Paid $95 for that master tone.
Did you get that? Is it too late to get your money back on that one?
Let me tell you, had they quarreled at me over that, and then the home folks, they dissolved
You paid $95.
Why did you give such money? Did you get one for $25 or $30?
Wow.
I wanted one suit myself.
Right.
The others was wore out. I wanted one suit me. Well, your daddy went to North Carolina somewhere and got him one just like it.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I'm talking about just a few days apart.
I know. They were sisters.
Then there was poor old
Snuffy Jenkins.
Snuffy Jenkins. He went and fell afoul of one, and he got one. And then poor little old Uncle Mac Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was 4 banjo pickers that I know of, and everybody called us wealthy, and we didn't have a nickel.
Well, I'll
But
tell you what y'all
today-
done. Y'all set a standard for banjos.
We sure did. Then they started buying them, and the first thing you know, they was just like hen's teeth. They was gone.
I know it. I know it.
Now they quarrel at me, why don't
Well,
you
you're
sell
going to
it?
leave it in good hands with your son.
Yes, sir, little old Terry. We're tickled to death that we had one in the family that knowed what it was.
Old Joe Clark and his son Terry. Let's have a nice hand for him.
Thank you, Jim, for the wonderful, kind words. Now get ready to put you away. I'll tell them about you. Glad to have you wonderful folks with us tonight. Got some good show carrying right along with us. got a little tune right here. We're going to jerk the Lord out of it, render it for you. What is it?
Let's do a little bit of the John Henry.
Oh, John Henry was a little kind, set on his heart with me. Lord, he picked up my hammer and with a beat.
Hammer be the death of me, Lord, Lord. Hammer be the death of me.
John Henry with a phone mountain. Lord, he looked down out of the sky. Told the mountain so cold, Johnny was so small.
Lay down that hammer and he cried, Lord, Lord. Lay down that hammer and he cried.
Yeah.
John Henry told his captain, Lord Captain, I'm nothing but a man. But before I see that steamer beat me down, I'll die with that hammer in my hand, Lord, Lord. Die with that hammer in my hand.
John Henry and his wife wore a brand new dress. Dress he wore was blue. Thought you went down the track, then ain't coming back.
Honey, I've been true to you, Lord, Lord. Honey, I've been true to you.
I've always laughed about this. Bless his heart, if he's here, he'd lose his breath too. John fired poor old,
Charlie?
no, that fella that sung Keep Them Cold Icy Fingers Off of Me, Fairly Holden.
Uh-huh.
He'd fired him and he took my place at WNOX and I come
You
up
swap
here.
places.
We swapped places. See, back in those days, booking agents and big promoters like John and Laurel Blanchard and the boys, they'd swap us just like mules, you know.
Right,
You go up
right.
there and stay for a while and play the territory out and then come
Right.
back to us. Now, that's the way it was done.
Right.
So we come up here in 46, I did. Brought the Mulkey Brothers, Kentucky Slim.
Right.
We came up here and Shorty Sheehan. Then your little old dad, I think he went to Roanoke or
Yeah, he did. We went
Well,
to Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond.
Right.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Yeah.
And we worked backwards and forwards all over this country.
Oh, I know you did. I know you did.
And
He
we
was
was
on the
at
Old
the-
Dominion Barndance
Yeah,
while you
and
were
see,
here at
we
Renfro.
we were big shots too at that time, and we was all booking together. You know,
Right.
that's the way they run them. They called
Right.
them
Right.
some kind of a name they had, a jamboree or something they'd call it. And that's where me and your pap would have a good time.
Well,
you know.
he always spoke so well of you, Joe.
But we never could get a job nowhere together. I reckon they couldn't stand us both at the
They
same
couldn't
time.
afford both of you at the same time. That's what it was.
Old Joe Clark and his son Terry, let's get them out here.
Mercy, they've been paid. We're glad to have all you fine folks with us tonight. Got a big show here tonight and hope you're going to enjoy every bit of it. And we're going to got us some tunes to pick for old Jim. Jim, you look good tonight.
Thank you, Joe. I wish I could say the same about you.
Undertaker wouldn't have no trouble with him. Use a little shine-oli on you and stand you up in the corner for a while. Talking yardstick.
Oh, well, you just jealous of my figure, that's all.
What a figure.
Yeah.
I've seen more meat on a bacon rind. Well, I'll tell you what, it got hot and dry here while we had the Bluegrass Festival. It never rained a drop, did it? What
Plumb
about?
hot, dry.
Oh, I'll tell you, the rabbits around here are spitting cotton. It got dry. Well, it was so dry that I seen two trees fighting over my dog up there in the yard the other day. Dry. Well, there's one thing about it. I wanted to go fishing, and I got me some worms, and so I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to baptize them.
Well, you need not ask me to go with you.
I'm not asking you to
The
go.
last time I went fishing with you, you like to ruin me.
The last time you went with me, you come to Lahara losing the father. Let me tell you what I done. I took that child with me. This younger generation don't know nothing. I knowed where there's a spring up here next to the big old lake we've got here. And I told him, I said, honey, go take this here can and get me some water. It swung by there, you know, and I shook it out there and gave it to him, told him to take that can and get me some water up there at that pretty spring. He never did come back with no water.
Now, hold it, Pap. My intentions was good on getting you a drink of water.
You never brought your intentions with me. I never seen you.
Just as I took that can up there on the side of that bank where that spring was,
Yeah.
just as I reached down to get you a drink of water, there laid one of the biggest snakes I ever laid my eyes on.
A snake?
In the water.
Well, what's that got to do with my water? Don't you know that when that snake looked up and seen you, and you looked down and seen him, he was just as scared of you as you was him?
In that case, the water wasn't fit to drink.
I know you've seen a lot of changes in this valley.
Yes, sir.
But I want to tell everybody about the changes in the last few years here at the Renfro
Yes,
Valley
sir.
Barndance.
We have had some fine changes.
Oh, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous place out here. And I want, if you're out, people are out, want to come somewhere on a vacation, I want them to come through here and see you and see y'all's show. It's just a tremendous as always.
Well,
And
you know what? Now, like Low Stand, we was all talking about here a while back when we was being kindly just kindly reminiscing. This place was built on the thought of family
entertainment. Exactly.
It was never done for nobody except country home folks.
That's right.
And people sees all these beautiful buildings and things that we needed all the time, but nobody had that kind of money.
Right. Oh, well, it's nice
And these
warm
boys
in
come in here and shell corn all night and got the money somewhere or another. And they have built some pretty things.
Oh,
in
it's
here.
gorgeous. Oh, Joe Clark, thank you so much.
It's wonderful being with you, buddy, and I hope you do the best on this. We're glad to have you come up. Come up anytime, take a notion.
We love you.
Bring the dogs and we'll howl all night with them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mercy, ain't they pretty? They've been paid. They doing good tonight. Glad to have them with us. And we're glad to have, I want you to look at the people.
Oh, we got a barn full tonight, don't we,
Yes,
pal?
indeed. You talk about a sardine can, but these are packed. And I have never seen as many pretty women. Look. Lord have mercy.
You like the pretty women, don't you?
Honey, if there's anything in this world shakes me, that's it.
That takes you a long way back, don't
Yes, sir, and I've been shaking ever since I've been born, too. Yes, they're beautiful women. And I want you to look some of the ugliest wore-out men that I have ever seen. Looks like cob's been used and thrown away. Yes, they're hard. Don't give up, boys. They said the doctors is working on a medicine now for us.
Working on a what?
Some kind of medicine. I'm going to sniff it up my nose and take it out of my head, you know.
Well, you need some kind of help. I'll go along with that.
Have you been to the beauty parlor? Your hair looks like it's been stirred in. Kinky-headed youngin'. What are you going to do when you get nits in them? This younger generation don't know nothing. He don't even know what a nit is. That's a lousy youngin'.
Well, you ought to know, I'd say.
Poor little feller. You don't even know what a cootie is, do you? Don't you? That's a bed bug with military training.
You ought to know.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell you about the others. You're too old, you're too young to understand. Yeah, bless his heart, he don't know nothing. Nothing. This younger generation don't even suspect nothing. Thinks the Chamber of Commerce has got a handle. Poor little feller. New boots. Raise your britches. I want to see them. Lord have mercy. Took the man all winter to build them, didn't it? Shotgun britches. Them 410s, ain't they? New shirt. And it's got the raggedest underwear that I have ever seen. Does your mother know what you got on? Goodness. I ran through the loom. I seen a banana back there on one part of it. Mercy. It ain't Haynes, because that old woman didn't call it Haynes, did she? He and his sister and brothers brings in every dog and cat at the house. They have took up Humane Society. And that cat that you brought in this fall, last fall was...
You mean that old sore-eyed cat I brought in?
That was the mangiest. Pitiful look. I thought your mother looked bad, but that cat had her beat.
That old yeller cat. Now that cat was in bad shape when I brought it in, but now it's a picture of health now.
It ought to be your mother has fed it nothing but the best.
It's a good old
and
cat.
it can talk just as good as the rest of us. Yeah, that cat can talk. Last night I throwed him out on the porch. The first thing he done was shook and looked around and hollered, "Now!" I knowed he hollered now because I heard another old cat holler, "No!" Got on the porch and I ain't never heard such a battle. It was quit! Ouch! All night long. But I fixed that cat. He'll not be talking no more tonight.
Cats can't talk.
Not that one, it won't. I stopped him this morning early. I cut his tail off.
You cut his tail off?
Yeah.
Now hold it. Cutting the cat's tail off ain't gonna make him quit hollering.
It will if you do like I tell you. Cut it off slick behind his ears and he'll never now no more. His little wife don't like that joke, do you, honey?
Dirty old man.
We're tickled to death to have you wonderful folks with us tonight. Stay out here all night. We've got some more good ones here tonight, ain't we? Got a little tune here that I wrote 118 years ago. I didn't know what I was talking about, but I can tell you now.
You fixing to render?
Gonna jerk the lard out of this one. Old age won't kill you, boys, but it'll sure slow you down. And if you don't believe it, stick around, it'll show you. Are you ready, dear one? When I was a boy, about 18, life of the party was my middle name. Old age has got me and I find them all bound. Old age won't kill you, but it'll slow you right down. Slow you right down, my boy, slow you right down. Old age won't kill you, but it'll slow you right down. Listen to me, fellers, and take it what it's worth. Remember the old saying, the truth never hurts. Old age will hit you and you can't get it right. Old age won't kill you, but it'll slow you right down. Slow you right down, my boy, slow you right down. Old age won't kill you, but it'll slow you right down. Jim! To me, feller, I'll tell you, Reed, I got a lot of notions too young for my feet. High-geared daddy, but I can't get her right. Old age is age's got me and it's slowing me down. Slowing me down, my boy, it's slowing me right down. Old age has got me and it's slowing me down. Slowing me down. I'd like to remember and go out as I'm saying, well, sir, there is one fellow that never shirked his audience, even though he felt maybe rough. He went right ahead and put on the show because the old man P.T. Barnum said the show's got to go on. And I have tried that, and it does work. So I'd like to go on and say he's not a quitter. He stayed right with it.